Only money. I have 20,000 gold. Money, money. I have 20,000 gold. Only money. Only money. Fight, only. I have 20,000 gold. I have 20,000 gold. I have 20,000 gold. I have 20,000 gold.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? I think you can hear me now. I think, hey guys, and welcome back to BattlefrontUpdates. Sorry about that. I disabled the microphone because I was recording a gameplay video which I didn't want to load the microphone. But it should be, wait, it's not working. What now? Do I have a restart? Now let's try. What about now? Is it better now? Please tell me it works. Hello? Testing, testing. Is it good now? Is it still broken? Really? What? I need to do it. Is it good now? Okay, it is good now. Good. Perfect. At least I know how to fix it. So how are you all doing? I thought we'd do a short discussion stream since I haven't talked with you guys on a stream since all the reveals last week, and I also found this tweet that I thought I already talked about Matt's previous tweet in a video, so I was like, I shouldn't make a dedicated video just for this tweet. I'll talk with you guys on a stream about it instead, and then I'll then I can include it in the next news update simply. Hello there, David, Janice, Bongo, Lucas, Phil, Mason, Shadow, Subrock, Unicorn. Hello there. Good to see you all. You finally watched Mando season 1. It's amazing. Glad to hear, Unicorn. Glad to hear. So, are you fully caught up now? So only one episode left. Suti is doing very well, thank you. I'm not sure if Suti will be able to tune in today. We'll see, but she's doing very well. She's being very active, jumping up to the what's it called? Disc bank. To where we put our food, basically. Jenny Shine, welcome back to the Senate. Thank you very much for that, Jenny Shine. Appreciate it very much. Thank you for rejoining. Hope you are doing well. Chiefs in the chat, guys. Indeed, Chiefs in the chat for Jenny Shine. I think you must have just left because last stream you were in the Senate as well. But sorry to hear, Janice, but that's totally understandable. Also, for those of you, all of you senators, I have now recorded a video with the game that you suggested me to play. So look out for that later in the month. Mr. Blackfuss, hello there as well.
Now I am the master.
I'm not excited for Kenobi show, since it sounds like Vader and Kenobi will fight in the show, which would break canon.
Thank you very much, Bootneck, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Well, this thing works well. Thank you for the filling it up. I'm still excited for the Kenobi show. Does it really sound like they're gonna fight? I haven't gotten that impression. I've got a more impression that they're. I mean, all we know is he's gonna be Vader, right? So it could just be like flashbacks, Force visions, or just separate scenes where like they think about each other and stuff. So I don't know. Unless I've missed something, I don't think they've said that they're gonna fight. I agree it would be weird if they did fight, to be completely honest. I hope they're not gonna fight. It would be strange. It doesn't break canon because it doesn't. Yeah, you're right. They don't say, when we last met, I was the master, now you're... Oh, yeah, you know the quote. But still, I don't think it makes sense. Wait, look at the official statement on the Star Wars site. Wait, they will have the rematch of the century. Really? I didn't know that, actually. Did they say that? Okay, that's interesting in that case. Sub-Rock.
The Senate.
Welcome back to the Senate. Thank you very much, Subrock, for rejoining. I appreciate it very much. Thank you, Subrock, Jenny Shine, thank you. That's actually a good point. Castlunk, hello there. How's it going? Good to see you as well. Good to see all of you senators in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. I see hello there as well. But yeah, that does sound interesting. I didn't actually know they said it was going to be a fight of a century. So again, I mean, all they say, if I'm not mistaken, is that when we last met, you were the master, now I am the master. And that still means, if I'm not mistaken, that this series takes place 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. So that's 9 years before A New Hope, right? So that still is a pretty long... Even if the fight takes place and then it's 9 years... Actually, that doesn't break canon when I think about it. Well, Janice, I actually don't have a new haircut. I don't. I haven't cut my hair. It's just like this. Which I do agree looks better. Because I didn't like when it went down like this. So, yeah. So actually, I think it makes... When I think about it, it would be a little bit strange, but it wouldn't break the canon. Because it's 9 years before A New Hope. So if it's 9 years or 19 years, that doesn't really, in the context, make a lot of difference, I think. Indiana Jones, are you excited to... Yeah, I haven't really... So Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford is coming back again, right? Which I was a little bit surprised about. Because like, I thought he was done with Indiana Jones. No image found. I don't think so. Well, James, all the new information I've talked about is what you're seeing in the tweet right here. So let's talk about that for a second. Yeah, so Matt works for Lucasfilm, and he said the following: I haven't been this excited for the future of Star Wars gaming in a long time. That's all I can say, unfortunately. So that's a pretty bold statement, because if you go back, let's say a little bit more than a year from now, at that point you had Fallen Order just about to come out, Rise of Skywalker update plus BB-8, BB-9E just about to come out for Battlefront 2.
Imagine a fight scene with them like in that fan film, Scene 97 or whatever it was called. 'Cause that was awesome.
So yeah, plus Squadron's coming out. So that's like, if he thinks it's more exciting now when we only know about Lego Star Wars, that means there must be a lot of secret stuff in the works. But one second, I'll get back to that. Thank you very much, David, for the $3. I appreciate it very much. Yes, that's the thing. Like the fight scene between Vader and Obi-Wan in A New Hope, it's bad. I'm gonna say it's bad. Like I love it still. It's the original Star Wars film, so I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm not saying it should be done in another way, but compared to all the other lightsaber fights in all the movies, it's not very good, right? So to have a more like acrobatic fight in between the two, or maybe not like Revenge of the Sith kind of acrobatic, but think about in between, I think that would be pretty cool. So I agree with you on that, David, definitely. Glad I could have been back earlier, just didn't because of your personal break time of streaming. Also, I didn't have enough constant income. Totally understand you, Subrock. Never feel pressured to join the Senate if you can't afford it. But I appreciate it very much, dude. I appreciate it. So yeah, one second, guys. I'm gonna get back to. Yeah, so Harrison Ford is too old for Indiana Jones. No offense, but it's true. That's what I kind of thought. Yeah. Force Unleashed 3 or reboot. I think a reboot in that case. But it's a reboot, but Force Unleashed 1 is good. Well, so was Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2, so that argument doesn't really hold up. But yeah, so like what I was saying about the games here. Yes, Palpatine's real name is Sheev Palpatine. And I'm pretty happy they actually said Sheev in the holiday Lego Star Wars holiday film, or whatever you call it, which was, as far as I know, the first time I've seen them actually say Sheev. I know it was like in the Tarkin novel or something they said Sheev, but in like moving media, that's the first time I've heard it. I'm glad you both have caught up with Mandalorian now. EA is renewing their license. That's what I'm kind of guessing. Like, again, he says he's this excited for the future of Star Wars games. Either he just hated Fallen Order and Battlefront 2, and for some reason is more excited about Lego Star Wars. I mean, it's a subjective thing. I'm not going to dive too much into it. But the fact that he says this now, and he wasn't as excited a year ago when we had Fallen Order, Squadrons, Battlefront 2 being alive, and he's more excited now, I hope that means there's, well, Lego Star Wars, Fallen Order 2, at least 1 or 2 more projects. Otherwise, I think that's a not very fair statement. Again, it's a personal thing, but yeah. Yeah, I wish they would open, like, I hope they extend the license with EA in 2023, but license out individual projects to studios. Like, hey, Rockstar or CD Projekt Red, you want to do a single-player Star Wars game? You can do that. That's what I would hope for. I agree, Janice. I don't want them to have monopoly, but I don't want them to be excluded, because like still Battlefront 2 is great, Fallen Order is great, Squadrons for a flying game is great, so like they've done a good job, and if you throw that away, that's kind of unnecessary. Yeah, I agree with you, Jenny Shine. I feel the same way about Squadrons, I really do. A game about the droid movie. Yeah, with all the... Hello there, Tim. Good to see you. I am excited for the Mando final. Very excited. Eduardo, hello there, by the way. Open world Star Wars game. Yes, I would love that as well. I think that's like what they tried to do with Project Orca, and I don't know why. The problem is they really gotta commit fully to those games from the start, have a really good project plan, because those games do take so long to make. Like Red Dead Redemption, you know, GTA, they take so long to make. They don't take 2 or 3 years. They take like 5 or 6 years to make almost. So they gotta commit to it, you know? Yeah, I agree. I really hope DICE gets to work on Star Wars somehow again, because they have so many passionate people there. Like, you know, Dennis leaving DICE now is such a shame, but we still have CJ and Guillaume, who are fantastic people who I really think deserve to work on any Star Wars game, whether it's at DICE or some other studio. Hello to Josiah. One second, guys. There we go, sorry. Yeah, I actually had that thought, Janice. Like, sorry. I really had that thought that maybe Dennis is leaving DICE to work on another studio that's working on Star Wars. Who knows? But also, I remember like he said, I mean, it could be that. He said back in, was it May, April, when they stopped the support, they did say that, he said, I'm done with Star Wars, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm guessing he worked from April to now in, I think he left last month in November, that's like half a year. He probably worked on Battlefield 6. And then he was like, either I'm done with DICE, I'm sick of this, or I've gotten a chance to work on a Star Wars game in another studio. Because, man, from what they've learned from Battlefront 2, and how successful they did it after like absolutely horrible launch, they gotta bring in Dennis, CJ, Guillaume, and everyone else who was passionate and drove that project forward. They gotta bring them in on the future Star Wars projects. They know how to run a live service. They know what people want and what they don't want. They really should get a chance to work on other Star Wars projects, in my opinion. Samuel, hello there. Well, we don't know, Samuel. We really, honestly, don't know if DICE are going to continue working on Star Wars. I mean, they haven't said anything about working on Star Wars beyond Battlefield 6. I'm sure they have another project planned for after Battlefield 6. I don't think they're going to put the entire studio on Battlefield 6 live service. At least that's my guess. So, in that case, I'm hoping that they're going to work on a Star Wars it's really hard to say. I mean, as far as I understand, Battlefield 6 is not due to be out in... They've said 2021. I'm not sure if they've said when, but I'd imagine like a year from now. So in that case, if I don't know. Ideally, some other studio would start working on a Star Wars game somewhere, and then DICE would hop onto that project once some people shift away from Battlefield 6. I think that would work. Okay, no, that's not... Dennis did not ruin Battlefront 2. In that case, you don't know. I'm gonna go credit where credit is due. He took over as a design director after launch. So every decision that was with the loot boxes, with the progression system, with which heroes they were going to have. All of that was before he took over. He worked on he worked on Battlefield 1's DLC. Yeah, EA still has the license until 2023. They haven't said anything about that at all. I'm glad to hear, Subrock. I'm trying to keep that up. So I appreciate you very much. I appreciate it very much, the support. Trust me, I think I know better than you. I know he worked on Battlefront 2 before the launch, but he was not a design director. He was not a decision maker, because they worked on Battlefront 2 for 2 or 3 years, and for the first 1 or 2 years of that, he worked on Battlefront 1's DLC, and then after that, he went on paternity leave. So he had only the last couple of months before launch that he worked on the game, at which point he was not a design director, he was not someone pulling the strings. So when they saw the chaos of the launch of Battlefront 2, they were like, oh, let's not have that people continue designing this game, and let's let Dennis take over instead. So yeah, that's just the reality of it. I hope you understand, like, there's a few people taking those decisions with how to design the game. It's not the entire 200 or 300 man team deciding how we're going to do with the loot boxes or how we're going to do with unlocking Darth Vader. That's like 1 or 2 people taking that decision. Hello there, Apple Tart. How's it going? Good to see you. You should do a video on Oculus Tales from Galaxy's Edge. Problem is, I don't have any VR headsets. I would like to try them out, because I do really want to show all Star Wars games, but I just haven't gotten around getting that, and it seems like you need to get like multiple devices if you want to try all of it. I'm not really sure. I'm not too read up on VR, if I'm going to be honest. All the VR stuff I've tried, I've not been too impressed with. So yeah. Good morning, Apple Tart. How's it going? See you later, Caesar Salad. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I do agree that Scorch. I agree that Battlefront 2 didn't have the core to support a live service. They could have remade that just like they did with the progression system, with a new... if they made a big overhaul of Battlefront 2, it could work. But you're right that it was not built around, for instance, living off a battle pass or cosmetic microtransactions. It was built off the loot boxes, and they tried to get away from that, but they couldn't fully. So that's why I think it was problematic to build a live service around that game. Is Battlefront 3 still a possibility? Not sure, really. I feel like it's more realistic they would make like something like Star Wars Heroes versus Villains, or Star Wars a looter shooter, something like that. It could still happen at some point if they have like Galactic Conquest. Honestly, I think it would be more realistic if they called the game Star Wars Battlefront Galactic Conquest, and then they would include everything from this game and more. I think that could happen. Well, have they said they're going to have Order 66 flashback risky? From what I've heard, and I actually learned that today, that they've said there's going to be a battle, like there's going to be epic rematch or something like that. So they basically confirmed that Vader is going to face off against Obi-Wan, which I find it's a bit surprising, to be honest, but I guess it's happening. A game where you're playing as Babu Frick, that would be something. But yeah, I mean, with all the Star Wars stuff coming out the next couple of years, I think they need a live service game platform where they imagine every time there's a new season. Oh, here's season 3 of Mandalorian. Bam, season 3 content. Here's the Bad Batch. Bam, Bad Batch content. Here's the Obi-Wan series. Bam, Obi-Wan. Like it's a win-win. Everyone would want to get the stuff in the game, whether it was skins or characters. And everyone would also who play the game would be interested in the series. It's like perfect. If they built a Battlefront game that actually was built for a live service or any similar game with skins, for instance, that's just perfect. But they don't have a game like that right now, so that's why they're not able to capitalize on that. So honestly, I think what they could do, they could just take Battlefront 2, make like an overhaul-ish, be like, hey, we're gonna re-release it now. If you already own the game, you still get the game. Basically Celebration Edition 2.0 with a more better foundation of the game, a core, with progression and skins and everything. That would probably be easier than making a Battlefront 3. What's pay to win? Oh yeah. Galaxy of Heroes seems to be pay to win. That's why I've really never gotten into those mobile games. I know they're really popular, and it just seems like it's like pay to get everything unlocked, basically. So I've never really been interested in that kind of stuff. Bill Burr did a good job in the last episode. I very much agree on that. Open world game, definitely. That's the hardest game to make, but also what people really want. Yeah, Galaxy of Heroes did outlive both games. I mean, you're right about that. And honestly, that's probably because they make a shit ton of money from it. Suti is not here today, unfortunately. She'll hopefully be here next stream. Make sure to follow her out on Instagram for more updates. Good to hear, Josiah. I'm going to try to do a top 5 plays pretty soon. No Man's Sky, but Star Wars and a lot of detail. Hard game to make, obviously, since we saw the launch of No Man's Sky, but that would be something. All good, Apple Tart. All good. How's your December going? I agree, Leo. I really enjoyed Mayfield's character. I like the character progression and development in the last episode. Best Battlefront 2 hero. I don't know, actually. I liked in Heroes vs. Villains. I really prefer Aiden. Well, the newest Star Wars game coming out is obviously going to be Lego Star Wars next spring, but I'm not sure what the next project is. Matt also said out on Twitter, like, I can't talk about anything that isn't revealed yet, but again, I haven't been this excited for the future of Star Wars gaming in a long time, so yeah. It's very, very vague. What's you guys' favorite heroes in Battlefront 2? I think they've said just let me see. I think they just said spring, yeah, right? Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga release date. If I'm not mistaken, they've said 2021 spring, or did they not even say spring? Let's see here. Why does it not show up? Have they not even said spring? Am I mistaken? I can't find it. Spring 2021. Okay, they have said, okay, spring 2021. I don't know why that's so hard to find. Like all the top results still said October 2021. That's strange. Hello there, Suti. Suti finally made it to the chat. I'm so glad that you managed to get in here. And guys, stop talking about other YouTubers. That's a discussion for another place. Otherwise, I will time you out. Everyone, say hello to Suti in the chat. That's just the first time in a long time she's been able to tune in. 2021 for Star Wars. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. I hate when games have such long names, but I understand why they need to have that. Hello there, Isaiah. See you later, Janice. Do you think they will bring back a cancelled game? No, I don't know. The only Star Wars game, the only cancelled game that as far as I understand, they actually got somewhere on was the one that Amy Hennig worked on. And I mean, she left, and I don't think that game was even half finished. But that seems to be the only one that they got anywhere with. Like that Project Orca, the open world game, that seems like they barely even got started on. So yeah, and the same thing for that Battlefront Viking project. I think it's not like they're sitting on a half-finished game, but it's just like a concept. So yeah. Soteville indeed. What do you think the next game will be? Do you mean after? If you mean after Lego Star Wars, I think it might be Fallen Order 2. Yeah. No playing today. I'm only able to stream for another 10 minutes or so. Then I've got a meeting. After Fallen Order 2, they could release Battlefront 3. But yeah, if they gotta start working on Battlefront 3 sometime soon in that case, or that's gonna, it takes years, to make. Thank you very much, J-Ro, for the super chat. Appreciate it very much. Will EA retain the Star Wars license? That's a question none of us probably know the answer to. I think they are at least going to extend so that they can continue making Star Wars games beyond 2023, but maybe not exclusively. I mean, think about it. They've already like Lego Star Wars have always been licensed to, oh my god, I can't remember who makes the Lego Star Wars games now, but they've always had the chance to make Lego Star Wars games during this entire EA license. So I don't see why they could do the same with like, oh, CD Projekt Red, you can do some single player games, or just similarly. So I don't see why they wouldn't be able to extend EA's license or change the terms of it, but still have other studios be able to make Star Wars games. I wonder if the Fallen Order sequel, maybe holiday 2021. Do you think they could finish it that fast? Maybe, depending on how big it is and how early they started working on it. But oh yeah, TT Games. Yeah, that's right, TT Games. Thank you. Hello there, Hamati. Good to see you. How's it going? You just just tuning into the end of the stream here. Yeah, I really want an open world-ish game, or like at least a looter shooter, something where it's like, yeah, you progress your character, build your own character that as like, yeah, scoundrel, bounty hunter, lightsaber / force wielder. It doesn't have to be a Jedi or Sith, because I think a game like that would work best if it wasn't sides. At least personally, I think so. So you wouldn't have the faction problem that Battlefront 2 has. I don't think the original Battlefront 3 game was almost finished, as far as I understand. It was probably way further than any of EA's current cancelled projects. But I think, from what I understand, a big problem of it was that they had the stuff they had, but the games, it didn't run well at all. It's like 5 FPS, so they crammed too much in there that the computers basically couldn't run. So I'm hoping, I don't think they can ever reuse the stuff from that game because it's too old now, but they could maybe base it off that. Like, how did the space to ground work in that cancelled game, and how was the story supposed to be? Can we do something with that? That's something I could see them doing with the old cancelled Battlefront 3, but I never think they could basically take up that project, polish it up, and release it. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I would say the faction problem for me with Battlefront 2 is that all the new content they release now, if you want to put that into a game like Battlefront 2, how does it fit? You can't just put the Mandalorian on the Rebels or the Empire, you know? That's the problem, if it's not a character that's been in a specific era and in a specific faction. So I think it locks down a lot to which planet, where can you do what, who can face off against who, and those kind of things. That's what I would say is the faction problem. Say hello to Luke, David. Hope school went well. Right, enjoy breakfast, Unicorn. I hope so, Basilic. I hope they're going to work on a Battlefront 3 after Battlefield 6. I really, really do. That's why I really think it would be nice with just customize your own character. Like, create your bounty hunter, and if you want to go kill some ex-Imperials, you can do that. If you want to go fight some rebels, you can do that as well. And it depends on the situation and so on. It's tricky to know where to balance that out. But I mean, it could work with if they make a Battlefront 3, it could still work with factions. They could even have like a remnants of the Empire versus New Republic. So it's like, and then, you know, the Mandalorian could fight for the New Republic-ish, you know. I think they've already shown that they're willing to not lock it too much into factions. I remember at the beginning of Battlefront 2, there was like, no, of course Vader can't fight Anakin. That can't happen. That's not canon. And they were like, all right, let's change that anyways. And then they removed the era-locked heroes and all that kind of stuff, showing that it's fine if Yoda fights Kylo Ren, and it's fine if Vader fights Anakin. So they got more and more and more open about that. So I think that could, if they do make a Battlefront 3, it could still probably be eras, and then they could add a new era for High Republic and New Republic and Empire. It could be like too many eras almost, but yeah. Are there any chance of any Legends games? I honestly don't think so. I think they want every piece of material they release now to link into the canon, basically, to whether it's far away, but still something that fits. Remaster Uprising. Uprising? Star Wars Uprising. Wasn't that like a mobile game, or am I misremembering? I'm not actually sure. Hello to Chris. Good to see you. Yeah, I think like an open world looter shooter game, a Battlefront 3, or a Heroes versus Villains game. That's my top 3 hopes for Star Wars games. Something that can have a live service, something that includes a bit of competitiveness, but that's still chill enough for any Star Wars fan to enjoy. Honestly, a bit like Battlefront 2. It was a mobile game. Yeah, I thought it was a mobile game. I don't think I ever played. I might actually have made a video on Uprising back when that. Did they cancel that then, or I'm not really sure what happened. All well, Chris. I hope you are doing well and that you're having a good day. Wait, they used the cancelled Battlefront 3 storyline for a PSP Battlefront game? Really? I thought the PSP games came out like earlier than that, but I should probably play the PSP games. Well, I don't have a PSP. I don't know if you can emulate that or not on the PC. I mean, I've played Battlefront 1 and 2 a lot, but I never played the PSP games. What's called Battlefront Renegade Squadron or something? Yeah, 1313 is a game. That's a game I think they should really look into. Because that's pretty recent, meaning the assets are probably usable. And as far as I understand, they came at least pretty far. I mean, they showed at least a little demo of it. Actually, there was someone who worked on that game who tweeted about it a couple of days ago. I don't remember the tweet right now. But so if there's one cancelled / old project I think they should revive, it's definitely Star Wars 1313. But yeah, guys, I gotta wrap up the stream here in a second. Any last questions or such? Again, the news I wanted to talk about that today was all the reveals last week, and again, what you're seeing on the screen right here. The Lucasfilm Story Group, he works at Lucasfilm Story Group, saying, I haven't been this excited for the future of Star Wars gaming in a long time. That's about all I can say, unfortunately. And that really sounds interesting to me, considering that a little bit over a year ago, we had Fallen Order to be excited for. We had Star Wars Squadrons to be excited for, at least he had, because he knew about it in advance. And we had the Rise of Skywalker update to Battlefront 2 and BB-8, BB-9E, and all that kind of stuff. It was a lot of stuff to be excited for Star Wars gaming. And now Fallen Order is already out, Squadrons is already out, Battlefront 2 is cancelled, and he still says that he hasn't been this excited for the future of Star Wars gaming in a long time. So there has to be some good stuff in the works, other than just Lego Star Wars. Celia Hodent, who tweeted that they tried with 1313. Ah, I see. Let me see if I can find that tweet quickly. Celia... What was the name? Hodent. Oh man, that depends on how much does she tweet? Can I find her tweet? Because I got like thousands of likes and showed up in my feed. Yeah, I don't seem to be able to find it right about now. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So this is like the tweet. Someone's like, if someone isn't working on a great single-player Mandalorian game where you play a bounty hunter flying your ship from system to system, picking up bounties, upgrading your Beskar, I don't know what they're doing. And she tweeted saying, we tried, with a picture of 1313. So that's basically what 1313 was. So yeah, please bring us back 1313. So yeah, that's really what, like, it sounds like 1313 is a little bit of what the Mandalorian series is, basically. I hope so, Hamati. I hope it's going to be pretty soon. I haven't said that. No news yet, Apple Tard. No worries, Chris. No worries. I'm not sure what happened to Star Wars Galaxies, actually. But yeah, I am going to wrap up the stream now. I appreciate you all tuning in. I've got plenty of videos planned for next week and beyond. Again, there's going to be probably daily videos between Christmas and New Year's, so stay tuned for that I'm trying to make in advance. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.
This is where the fun fun begins. This is where the fun. This is where the fun. This is where the fun begins. Fun. Fun. Fun begins. Fun. Fun.
I don't like sand.
Fun. Fun. Fun begins. Fun begins. Fun. 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 This is where the fun begins.
Peace! Peace! I have brought justice! I have brought
Fun.
I have brought peace! I have brought